Hi, I'm Linda. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Australia, and today I would like to introduce you to the Sale-a-Bration second release. I wanted to show you these lovely things that have been added to our Sale-a-Bration collection. So Stampin' Up! Runs Sale-a-Bration as their main promotion of the year every year. It starts in January, early January, and goes right through to the end of March, okay? And this year, our Sale-a-Bration booklet, as always, is full of lovely projects and ideas. There's little card kit here, and there's stamps. These chickens have been really popular. And there's they show you there lots of different ways you could use some card kit. There's some more stamps. There's some lovely colouring paper that you can colour in all different kinds of ways. There's ribbons. There are so many things, and how to get them. Designer paper. How to get them? Every $90 you spend during Sale-a-Bration, so until the end of March, you get to pick from something out of here. Okay, so that's a really cool thing. That $90 is here in Australia. That's what you need to be spending. However, just last week they added 3 more items. So we have all the existing ones that we already have, and we have 3 new ones that have been introduced to add to the collection. So I wanted to show you what these are. There are 3 of them, as I said. First of all, there's this lovely little setup here called Reverse Words, and it comes in wood mount and also clear mount. So they're the rubber stamps that are either attached to wood block or rubber that you would put onto a clear block, like a clear acrylic block. Okay, then there's also on the back here another stamp set that this one is photopolymer. So these are the clear stamps that go onto the clear blocks. Okay, that only comes in photopolymer. And the third item is these gorgeous glimmer papers. So let me show them to you. First of all, the Reverse Words, here they are. I've got the wood ones, so you can see mine are on wood blocks. And the two words, what I love about them is the way they stamp. They've got these little backgrounds that if you have a look, even though you would think, well, how they actually get that to do that, I'm not 100% sure, but it's very, very clever in that the way they have been cut, the rubber has been cut, actually stamps lighter around the edges. Okay, so it's a watercolored look that you get from behind, and they look like this. So when you just stamp one straight on, you can see this like edge around it that doesn't stamp solid like the rest of it does. So it's very, very cool, and it lends itself to lots of different ideas. Personally, I prefer them cut out. So you can see in this case, I put down washi tape and a little bit of a splatter here in the background from the gorgeous grunge set. I added a few little glittery stars, but I actually cut out around the sentiment. You don't have to do that. You can stamp it straight on like I did with this one, but I really like that look, and I think it's well worth the little bit of effort that it takes to cut around the shapes. So really cool. Another one, I cut around this one as well. This time I did it in the mint macaron, and I added a starburst behind. So I've got a starburst layer in the mint macaron glimmer paper, which is part of the glimmer paper assortment pack, and I also did a layer in vellum, and I added a few little stars in the glimmer paper as well. So that's actually a fairly simple card. But once again, the trickiest part of the whole card is cutting around the shape, but even then, I don't mind cutting. I know some people don't like it, but I do, so I would rather do that because I think it looks good. It's well worth the effort. Okay, so that's a couple of our Reverse Word sets. Then we've got the Make a Medallion Bundle, which is the one I showed you, the photopolymer one here. Okay, and in this case I've actually used it in the Sweet Sugar Plum and the Taupe to create this medallion shape here. I've used the word friend from the set. I could have used love or thanks as well. They all fit really nicely in the center, and I've put the whole thing together with some paper out of the Falling in Love paper pack, which is just beautiful, and the Sweet Sugar Plum cardstock as well. So Tip Top Taupe and the Sweet Sugar Plum are the colours that I've been using, and I've actually been using those particular colours together quite a bit lately because I think they look fabulous. But I'll show you that in just a moment too. So let's just stamp the 2 stamp sets to show you how they stamp. Okay, I'm just going to go with the Bermuda Bay ink here because that's what's handy. And I'm going to grab my Hooray stamp. I'm going to ink it up just like I normally would. You don't have to treat it any differently, even though it's got that edging on it. You just ink it up as normal and stamp it onto a piece of paper. I'm using very vanilla paper, and you can see how it has kind of given us that lighter edge all the way around the outside. It's really cool, isn't it? I like it. And I'm going to use that on a card, and you'll see that pop up on my blog soon. So keep checking back because there's always something new. Then the other stamp that I wanted to show you is the way the Make a Medallion stamp comes together. And it's a 2-step stamp set, so you would use one and then the other. So they'll fit just onto D block. I'm actually using E because it's a little bigger, and I think it's it doesn't really matter how you stick that on, but I think it's better to have the bigger block in this case. And I'm using Bermuda Bay again because, like I said, it's here. And I'm just going to stamp it down towards the bottom. Okay, so I've stamped it out there. I'm just going to clean that off because I'm going to take that one off and then grab out the other, because it's the two-step process that I mentioned to you. So this one this time is the companion stamp, so I'll pop that on my block. And this time I'm going to go with, shall I go with So Saffron or shall I go with Crushed Curry? Crushed Curry is a little brighter. I'll go with that. You might be able to see it better. Ink it up. And now I need to, I'm sorry if I get the back of my head in the picture, because I need to get really over it so I can see where I want to line that up. So it's actually easy to line up. Okay, hopefully you can see that okay. Alright, so it's created all these little yellow circles sort of fit in between all the other bumps to make a perfect medallion. It's really cute. If you wanted to cut this out with a circle, our layering circle framelits will cut that out beautifully, or if you have them, the stitched shape framelits. Stitch shape framelits are amazing. If you haven't spoken to your demonstrator about getting a set of those, you really should. They're not in a catalogue anywhere. The only way you can know about them is if a demonstrator has told you. But they are fantastic because you get 4 ovals, 4 squares and 4 circles with a beautiful stitch edging on all of them. And they're $50 in Australia. And actually not available in any catalogue, so you won't find them in a catalogue if you go looking for them. But if you were to put in the name Stitched Shapes, or even just the word stitched, probably it'll bring it up when you're on the online store. It will produce a picture that you can look at if you'd like to. So by all means visit my store and have a look at those. So I would cut this out if I was going to use it in a card. Also in that same set I've got the words friend, love and thanks. I think I'll go with thanks, and then I can say to you guys, thank you for watching. I think that sounds good. I'm just going to pop that on my block here. And I'll do that in Bermuda Bay as well. And you see it's quite easy to place that exactly where you want it. Okay, so now it's in the middle. Can you see that? Alright, and I will just cut that out with a circle. And that's going to turn up on a card on my blog as well. So keep checking back, guys. The last thing, of course, is the glimmer paper. Just really quickly, this has been so far the most popular of the items. And for good reason, because it is really lovely. There's 4 sheets of the 6x6 Bermuda Bay. You can see there's not 4 sheets in my pack because I've used them. 4 sheets of Bermuda Bay, then 4 sheets of sweet sugar plum, and 4 sheets of mint macaron. Now, mint macaron is actually an ink colour that will be leaving us in May this year. So if you have the mint macaron cardstock or ink, you want to make sure that you get yourself maybe a refill for those before the end of May, and I'd strongly recommend getting yourself some glimmer paper to match it as well, because it looks awesome. So that's what I've used, the glimmer paper that I use behind here, the mint. Here's a card where I use the Bermuda Bay glimmer paper. This is the Special Reasons stamp set, used with the Stylish Stems framelits. That's a bundle as well. And then I use the Sweet Sugar Plum bit on this Make a Medallion card here. So hopefully that's given you guys some ideas about some cool things that you can do with the new Sale-a-Bration releases. I love them all, and of course I had to have them all as soon as possible, and as a demonstrator I was lucky to be able to do that. If you would like to get your hands on any of these, all you need to do is spend $90 before the end of March. Visit my online store. If you're in Australia and you don't have a demonstrator, please visit my store and you can make your purchase through there. Thanks guys for watching. I will be back with some more stuff for you soon. Bye.